Everyone, this is Light, and welcome to my end of season account review where I'll be going over my units and I'll be talking about the season for a bit. So yeah, let's get into it. So this season was pretty rough. I I gave up on the season like 2 days early. Like I just took my legend frame and walked out 2 days early because I didn't want to deal with it anymore. And yeah, so this season, unlike all the other ones, I feel like this was the first season where every player was forced to play speed units. No matter what kind of player you are. Like like historically I only like to pick tanks and stuff, but I found myself picking Peira, Lua, and Poly every game where Harsetti is not available. Feel like if you don't pick these openers, you just get ran down by them, and like broken openers counter broken openers, and that's all you can do. And and like Yuna's like Eligos, they just completely murder you, because he does 1.5 billion damage too. So yeah, very speed oriented season, and also very RNG heavy, because like openers have debuffs, and debuffs are very RNG, and it's just what happens. Like units like Tori are the best DPS in the game, and they're RNG. Like you don't proc your cascade, you auto lose, like you go next, like that kind of thing. So yeah, very different season from all the other ones. Basically, if Harsetti is pre-banned, you're gonna be playing speed. Like even like ER players who historically they don't pick speed at all, right? Like the best ER player, he was picking Peira and Shu every game. And of course they're ER, but they're still speed units. So yeah, the game is kind of going in that direction where you gotta use speed to beat speed, because like the openers are just so strong. But yeah, that's my take on last season's meta, and honestly, I don't see it getting better. I've already played a few hours in preseason, and it's literally the same game, except there are a handful of units that are stronger, especially Tori, who gets a bigger shield and doesn't care about blue units anymore. So yeah, and besides that, I also suspect Smallgate to like make broken ML5 openers that take advantage of the new frenzy, but we'll see. It's very similar to what they did last like a few years ago with Soul Weaver Frenzy. Just buff Soul Weavers, give them EEs, and then like yeah, they just abuse the frenzy. So yeah, I'm looking forward to how Smallgate's going to really shake up the meta with this new frenzy. So yeah, anyway, yeah, those are my thoughts, and let's get into my unit builds. So I put my top speed on Eligos. I picked this guy a whopping 0 times because this is too slow for legend. um, yeah, like every time like I would want to pick this, it would be like to race like Peira or something, or like Emerald Poly. And I don't really trust my speed, because there are so many people with 310 Emerald Peiras, Emerald Polys, or even 320, and like you can get speed RNG'd even if they're not. So yeah, my speed gear was wasted on this guy. I didn't pick him at all. Like I'm just too slow, right? I'm just too slow, and this is a unit that really needs to take first turn. So yeah, this was a complete waste of gear. Emerald Peira. So I swapped her to Tooth from Sweet Miracle because about like around like the last week of the season, everyone was playing Tori, and honestly, when Harsetti is pre-banned, there were almost no counters to Tori. Like 3F Bellion can kind of kill her, and also Uberia's Tooth Peira kind of kills her, but otherwise there were next to no counters to her besides cleave her, and it was very distressing, honestly. But yeah, so I switched to Iberius and made my Peira like very damage centric, and she does a lot of damage. Like she can like 1v4 people. Like she's solo DPS like capable. So yeah, and I just made her as fast as possible. And I know people are saying like, but if you don't have Sweet Miracle Peira, you just die to Emo Lua. Well, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. But just outspeed them. Yeah, just outspeed them. And 305 is not competitive. I'll say it right now. 305 is not competitive at all. Competitive at all. And I did not outspeed a single Emo Lua. But you know what? The Uberias won me more games than it lost me, so I didn't bother changing back to Sweet Miracle. But also, it was so convoluted. It was so convoluted the last week because like some people would like intentionally make their Peira slow to cleanse, and some people would intentionally make their Luas slow to debuff. For example, I had like a 290 Peira on Sweet Miracle, and then she outsbed an Emo Lua. I was like, this Sweet Miracle thing is useless. Because people just try to like troll you with like their weird tuning. So yeah, like this unit, it was anywhere from like 200 to 320 speed, and like you can't really you can't really, you know, handle her that well consistently. I was like, screw it, I'll just make my Peira a damage dealer, like whatever happens happens. So yeah, I decided that Uberius was probably the best overall, and I did win a lot with it. Pretty sure my Peira last 10 days was like almost 70% win rate, so yeah, pretty good. And I picked her in a lot of Harsetti games. Like this unit ran down a lot of people in like games with Harsetti, because like this unit has like insane synergy with Ryla too. Yeah, that's pretty nice. And then we have Emo Lua. So Emo Lua, yeah, this season was all about openers. Like in terms of power, it was like Emo Luna into Emo Lua into Emo Poly, and then Peira. Peira is definitely the weakest of like the big four. But that doesn't mean she's bad. Like they're all broken. They all put each other in check. It's just that some are slightly stronger than others. Yeah, Emo Lua. This unit. Honestly, I lost a lot with this unit because like I would get outsped. Like I would just get cleaved. And like I don't know. I just lost a lot with this unit. So I preferred picking Poly or Peira instead. I know a lot of people are like Giga Tanky, but I don't have the gear score for that. But also a lot of people had a lot of success with being like 200 effectiveness at 300 speed. I don't know how. So, like a lot of people would pick ER units into her, and then they would get tagged, and then they just instantly lose. So, and speaking of ER, I built ER Emo Poly, hoping to resist Emo Lua, but for some reason I got tagged by at least half of them. So that was pretty bad. That was honestly really bad, but I couldn't really do anything about it. I mean, you won enough games for me to not care about it, but unfortunately, yeah, not enough ER. Definitely needed it somewhere else, but like it's kind of hard to like improve this gear. Other than like a 50 ER boot, but I don't have that unfortunately. Emo Poly extremely strong with Tori. Like she swings the game's momentum, and then she dual attacks with Tori, and you just run people down. And I also geared C Lilias in like the off chance where I have to fight these units and Peira's not geared, but that honestly never happened. Or maybe it happened like a few times. Oh yeah, then never picked this, never picked this, never picked this. 275 Zio, because a lot of the a lot of the cleavers have like 320 speed Eligos, and they try to race Zios with speed imprints, and they actually win a lot. But yeah, I have a 275 Zio to deal with that, and I've never been outsped. I'm pretty sure I got outsped when I was only 270. I was like, enough's enough. And yeah, Nahkwol. So there were a lot of ER players this season, but I feel like they just kind of quit towards the end because they couldn't win anymore against the good players. And yeah, I had this Nahkwol to deal with them. 250 effectiveness is not the best, but it was enough to tag most people. But like, I would never pick Nahkwol outside of fighting ER cheesers, because the thing is, like, you're probably gonna fight like Tori or something, And you know, you can't reset her, she's gonna kill something. But also, Nahkwol has so much RNG, it's best to not pick her unless you're forced to. The Gala, I basically never picked this unit because I was never aggressive enough to. Usually when I play, I'm the one like defending against aggressors. So yeah, never a chance to pick Gala, but I'm pretty sure she's really good, especially with the new frenzy. She'll do like 20% more damage. Milim. I built this thing to like deal with Celine, but it's too dangerous to pick her because like, you know, Peira can take the first turn, kill her, Lua can provoke her, Polly can push her back, like she's gonna die. I don't think anyone picks like if someone picks Celine, they probably have Celine with an opener, so like Milim or something is not gonna do anything to her. Yeah, unfortunately, this unit was good like mid-season, but I ended up never touching her towards the end. So yeah, definitely a waste of gear, but what can you do? And then nope, never picked this. MOShu, I know a lot of people picked MOShu, but I really did not like this unit. I feel like there's just way too much damage in the game, and like people don't play like really passive and slow anymore. Like Emoshu just dies. Like I destroyed this unit almost every time I fought it. Cause like she gets murdered by Peira, she gets murdered by Poly, she gets murdered by Tori. Like this unit gets destroyed by like all the damage in this game. Like there's some huge damage inflation, and this unit can't really keep up with it. Like sure, you can destroy like really slow players with that, but they kind of disappeared. they kind of they kind of just gave up. Yeah, MSU definitely a strong unit, but she didn't really do much at the end because like everyone was just being really aggressive with high damage units. So yeah, very strong unit that came out mid-season to disrupt the meta, but it fell off towards the end because people just killed her. BliTica. This unit made Eligos and Zeo so broken. Cause like, a very common counter to cleave is just picking, you know, CR cutters like Ufine and then Ufine and then picking openers with them. But this BliTica unit just screws over every opener. Like she'll push you back, she'll unbuffable you, she'll restrict you, and then she'll do 20,000 damage, and then she'll give her team skill null, and it's just a big screw you. Like this unit is a major reason why Eligos was so insanely broken. So yeah, I did have her just in case I was forced to pick Zeo. So yeah. Unfortunately her gear is not that good. I wish I was like 280 speed, 22k HP with 200 effectiveness, but that's like that's like 450 gear score and triple S imprint, unfortunately. And Laya, this is the biggest fall from grace I've ever seen. I went from picking Laya every other game to never picking her at all this season. So, alright, this is gonna sound like really like nerdy and like complicated, but cleansers are just weak. Like people don't really pick cleansers anymore, or at least like not in the high ranks. So the equivalent of a cleanser is a debuffer. So instead of trying to cleanse somebody's debuffs, most people just opted to try to debuff them back. Which is why DDR was really strong, and I'll get to that later when I get to him. So like, yeah, instead of like trying to cleanse debuffs, people it was just better to just pick debuffers and debuff the other guy yourself. Like it's just a bad playstyle to sit there and try to deal with the debuffs, because like on top of the debuffs there's way too much damage. It's better to be the one like in control with like speed and everything and debuffs. So yeah. Cleansers massively fell off unless like you magically queue into some guy who's picking like 5 debuffers and like no damage. So yeah. For the higher level RTA, cleansers fell off insanely, and like they got replaced with debuffers. And yeah, same thing for Arcades. I really wish this unit was good. I really wish this EE did something, but unfortunately this unit is really bad. I'll just say it right now, this unit has lower win rate than Nahkwol. That's how bad she is. Like she has like such a perfect design for like a disruption cleanser. Like self CR boost, beautiful. Team CR boost, like beautiful. But like in practice, it's just so useless. Cause like you CR push one person, it doesn't do enough. You press S3, it doesn't do enough. Like this unit is just a failure, and she's weak to, she's weak to everything. Like she's weak to Emorana, she's weak to debuffs. Like this unit might be good if she gets 200 ER for free, but that's not happening. Like this unit was definitely a waste of gear, unfortunately. So yeah. Solitaria. I only picked this when someone has like solo DPS Shu, and like that's about it. I pre-banned Flam, so I don't really care about her. Nothing special, very standard build and tanky, some ER, like whatever. Young Senya, I really think this unit was really strong like early to mid season, but then she fell off a cliff. Because there's just so many ways to deal with her as an aggressive player. And towards the end of the season, she ended up being like a Zeo trap unit. Like where you pick her with a bunch of stealth units like Green Leica and Green Landy, and then like they just hit Senya and proc her. So like yeah, she was like a trap unit towards the end. And also if you pick like Albedo on 3, you can slam Senya later to be like immune to AoE. Like Ran and Preseason, but other than that, she kind of devolved into just a last pick or like a cheese pick. Oh yeah, nothing crazy. DN, okay, DN is probably the biggest scam of the season. Like this unit is just RNG. But you can say like, you can pick DN and it'll make you resistant to Tori. But I've had games where Tori, she just like, she just slams everything into my units and then she crits and I die. Like DN has to be like the biggest game ever. Like there was a time where people were like, huh, what if we just pick DN to deal with Tori, and what if we just buff stack with DN to deal with DDR as well? It didn't work. I tried it myself. I got slugged by KHM, he told me DN's OP, and then I tried it myself. I lost like 80 points, I got really mad. I went back to DDR and then I went plus 100 points. Like DN is just... And DN is a cope unit of all time. That's all I can say. Holiday Yifin, I won a few times with this unit, but honestly this unit is so bad. Like, she doesn't stop Teiyu. Like, imagine they have Emo Poly. If Emo Poly will push you back 80% total, right? Unless you're buff stacked, but they'll just ban your buff stacker. Right? Emo Poly will push you back by 80%. And then Yufin cuts it to 40, but 40 is exactly how much Teiyu needs to push. So Yufin's wasn't actually that useful against Poly. Like, it's so cope. It's so cope. I did not like it. But I did win some games with her against like some like really not too good players. Like she was okay against BliTica. Like she was okay against just Zeo, but otherwise no, she wasn't too good. She was an okay pick, but very rare that she was actually good. Yeah, Fairy Tale Tenebria, so I have like 300 effectiveness on this creature. Again, because there were a handful of ER cheesers towards the end, but not that many. But yeah, Fairy Tale Tenebria very strong against them. Like it's so easy to build her 200 something effectiveness, especially when this thing gives you like 20. And like Unbuffable is broken, the provoke spam is really strong, and her EE makes her very strong against protection set, or makes her basically ignore protection set, which is really good. Yeah, very strongly picked debuffer. And DDR number 1. So I probably changed my DDR build like 6 times this season, and I settled on this because it has like just the right amount of tankiness, and it has enough effectiveness to strip Schneel's like protection set. Like I ran like no effectiveness DDR before and it was pretty bad, but like about 100 effectiveness is pretty good. And yeah, we have him decently fast for Guardian Crystal. Of course, we have immunity because we don't have ER. We don't want to get stunned by Celine, stunned by Harsetti S1, etc. So yeah, very basic build. Then yeah, Emo Luna. This unit, if you're slow, like you can build a slow tanky Luna, and it's really good against some aggressive players. But towards the end, I feel like some people are getting so aggressive that they just run down Luna. Especially Eligos cleaves. Like Eligos cleaves just destroy like anybody that's slow. But yeah, Luna is kind of whatever. Like she was really strong, but then like it just got too aggressive at the end, and I just died every time I picked her. But yeah, I still think this is a really good build. Cause like you're not gonna do anything with speed unless you outspeed people being 320. So yeah, if you're not gonna outspeed people, might as well be like Giga tanky, right? So yeah, Trita, I did try to cleave at some point, but yeah, never used her. Never used her again. Elvira. Sometimes this unit is good against Taeyu, other times they're gonna just ignore you and just kill you. I tried to never pick this unit. Cause like, I picked this unit one time and it ended up, and their Taeyu ended up being like 260 speed, perfectly tuned into defense break for a BBK, and then I died. So yeah, I'm never gonna pick this unit ever again against Taeyu, it's so cope. Ludwig, I had gear on him, but I kinda took it. Like, I just picked him with Zio sometimes if I was forced to cleave people. Nothing special. Never picked Archdemon, never picked Caesarea Schneel. I ended up putting this guy on Proof because I pick him with LRK a lot and my Guardian Crystal is on DN. It's very tanky just to survive Tori. Cause like in the Schneel versus DDR matchup, DDR relies on his Tori to run your Schneel down. And like you have to be as tanky as possible to survive Tori because she just does so much damage for no reason. So yeah, Proof of Valor synergizes very well with Aureus Knights that don't have Albedo passive basically. So yeah. Just make it tanky, and of course we have immunity because yeah, pretty much everything needs immunity if you're gonna pick it in Harsetti games. And then I have DDR number 2 that I got from my headhunt, and honestly, I didn't like this guy. Like, he can't heal. And okay, so this goes back to what I was saying earlier about the cleanser versus debuffer thing, where most of the time it's better to pick a debuffer and try to debuff them back than pick a cleanser. So the point of this DDR is to resist stuff like ML Lua, ML Poly, and then debuff them back. However, of course, that doesn't work if they have Soul Burn, so like, you'd have to pick like Billion or something with this guy. And honestly, it was pretty effective. It definitely was decently effective. Like DDR as a 4th pick was really strong in non-Harsetti games. Yeah, but yeah, unfortunately he doesn't have healing though, so... And also, you kind of need Tori to play him, but otherwise, the ER DDR was very strong this season. Only in non-Harsetti games though. And oh, also, this ER, like I have 239, right? I have 239 and this DDR got tagged by like 3 different Luas without Soul Burn. Like, that's just ridiculous. But yeah, that's what you get for playing the ER game. That's part why Lua is very toxic. Sharon, I picked her sometimes against DDR. if like I have enough damage, for example, I could have Peira, I could have Tori, and then like I could pick Sharon and Schneel last to deal with DDR because I know I'll have enough damage. Like she was okay. Like she was okay, but the biggest issue I found was that she gets 15% and she's useless, and also this is a duration -2, which means she can't fully strip Diane, who has duration 3 buffs. So that was a slight issue. Otherwise, she was okay. She was okay. Definitely enjoyed her more than playing Schneel. And like she has major synergy with Tori too. Feels like Tori capitalizes on defense breaks so hard. Lethe, I wanted to believe this Lethe unit could do something, but I was proven very, very wrong. And she's gonna continue to be useless, like with the new frenzy too. Like I tried to pick this unit to kill like Emma Huayan and Fireflan, did not work out. Green Landy, probably the most disappointing unit ever. Like, it's not her fault, it's like the game's fault and the player's fault, but like every single time I pick Green Landy, my opponent has no AoE or any way to break my Landy out of stealth. So then they're just sitting there, they're clasping their hands, they're praying to whatever god that my Landy doesn't Guiding Light, and this happened like 4 games in a row. Off stream, and then I played another one on stream, and then it happened 5 times in a row, and then I never picked this unit ever again. But luckily, after the Wall of Order change, those animals will never RNG win me ever again. But yeah, Landy, this unit is just a relic of the past. You miss Guiding Light, you're dead. And the chances of missing Guiding Light, like 30% chance to miss Guiding Light, is astronomically high. Like, it's not even, you can't even compare it to Tori, really, because like, at least Tori won't die. But like, you miss your Guiding Light, you're instantly dead. Like this unit is just not good until next season. Where Wall of Order is buffed to have permanent stealth. Mediator Cleric. I ungeared this guy pretty fast. Like my cleanser of choice in Harsetti games is Destina. Like this guy is just so bad. This guy is just horrendously bad. Karina, I made her really fast and on speed set because I pick her with Schneel. And like my Schneel's 230, my Karina's 220, and my Schneel sets up Karina to one-shot Tori without having to be procced. So yeah, I won a decent amount of games with Karina. Ungeared. And Tori... I have my Tori like faster than some other people, and I really think it matters quite a bit. Like some games you don't take enough turns. Like some games you really need to take that turn. And like some people, their slow is like 200 speed, and that's perfectly fine. But I just thought slightly faster was better for me. And also triple set is definitely the best build. Like Pen plus Torrent just gives you so much more damage than like a regular build. And of course, immunity is mandatory. Cause like you need all the chances you can get to proc your passive. If you don't, you're just useless. I think Tori was one of the reasons I hated this season so much. But like this unit is so strong, but like it just feels so bad whenever you lose with her because there's probably like some stupid RNG shenanigans with her passive. Like she's the worst unit that you're forced to pick basically every game. But yeah, very, very strong. And I can see her being incredibly strong in the next season because so the next season it's like a hard buff where like it's a hard buff where units like that debuff and units like Gala and like Tori is completely immune to debuffs. She one-shots everything. So yeah, she'll be very strong next season. Also FCC blocks a lot of her counter picks. Like after FCC you won't be able to pick MLK anymore because like she's gonna have your damage. Like that's kind of bad. So yeah. Then we have Elena. I tried to pick Elena against BliTica, but it didn't work out too well because I'm not 300 ER. You need like 300 ER so BliTica doesn't bind you and everything. And I just don't have that gear to be like decently fast with 300 ER. Yeah, she was okay, but not the best. I picked Benny and Maru sometimes because there were some degenerates that were going like 5 debuff units and like 2 openers with extra turns. Like sometimes Benny is good, but other times not really. Celine. Celine was really popular because like everyone was playing openers, so everyone was like looking for a Celine angle. And like, I think that my Celine's is really gear gapped. Like, I don't do enough damage, I'm not fast enough, and yeah, I really didn't like picking her. See, Moon Bunny. I tried to pick Moon Bunny against like the Ludwig and Imote cleave, and oh my god, it doesn't work at all. Like Ludwig and Tei just do way too much damage. And like this Moon Bunny would die through albedo mitigation. It's like, oh, let's just make her tankier. And I don't know, it didn't really work out. Cause like even if like Moon Bunny doesn't die, like the rest of my team is dead. So like, what can you do? So yeah, kind of whatever. A Tywin, I didn't play him. Arya, I picked Arya a lot against Tori in slow games, but it didn't feel that reliable. And it's gonna be even worse because the new Frenzy removed the RGB damage reduction, which means Arya has a 50% chance to take full damage from Tori, and that full damage will one-shot her. It absolutely will one-shot her. The Arya massively nerfs for next season. I have no idea how you're gonna play this unit. She's just gonna die to 50-50s from Janua and Tori, and there's nothing you can do about it. So yeah, very, very bad. But for this season, she was really good. I won a lot with her. I'll sometimes pick this unit with he has Bastion to protect my Tori. I'll pick this unit on 3 against Yifin, and it'll be pretty effective. Like his shields are massive, like his damage is massive. Like he's just a really, really good unit. He's also very broken in cleave because like if cleavers can't get counterattacked to death, they don't have much counterplay. Yeah, more pretty good. Motu. I tried to never pick this unit. Like because like this unit is attached to Zio, and my Zio would miss so many S3s that like like this unit, I regret pulling this unit. I absolutely do. Like picking it feels awful. And like I know the stats aren't good, but you don't really need good stats on this unit. He's so broken, but his drawback is like you're forced to pick janky units like Zio. Unless you have like Godspeed on Eligos, which I don't. But yeah, very, very broken unit. I think the combination of BliTica EE, Tei, and like just Eligos in general, it just made Cleave so broken and hard to deal with. So yeah, very, very broken unit. Rules just for Harsetti games. Bologna was kind of okay for like a day against DN comps, but like nah, she doesn't really do that much. Riley, max damage Riley is really good in Harsetti, especially with Peira and Eros. Only issue is if this guy gets Abyssal Crown, you just kind of lose. But like, what can you do about that? Duster is definitely the best build because you need to do damage on turn 1 or else you die. Ilina is a super standard. Like immunity is a must in Harsetti games, etc. And like, yeah, she's probably like, besides Tori, she's probably like the safest thing you can pick early as a DPS. Yeah, Ilina, although I feel like Ilina fell off a bit, but like, I didn't want to pick her anymore. I always prioritize DDR over her. Like, I mean, I think I want to believe Ilina is good, like better than DDR good, but like I've gotten 1v4'd by Tori so many times picking Ilina that I kind of just lost faith in her. Oh yeah, she's still strong, but not. I don't know. It doesn't feel good against Tori. Lionheart, I never picked her. Blue Cow, I never picked this guy. My preferred knight was Aros and LRK, and also a special one that I'll be showing later. AOL, this is strictly for Harsetti matchups, and I have book to give my Raleigh Soulburn. The Aros, I have my best protection set on this guy. I definitely picked him the most out of anything, and he has a really high win rate, like almost 70. Definitely the strongest knight this season for me. Although some people will argue that like, you know, Blue Crab is better or something, but or like LHK is better. But I think Eros overall was the best for me, in like both Harsetti and non-Harsetti games. Dilly Bet. I don't have anyone else to give Warhorn to, so I just put it on my Dilly Bet so that she can reliably cut people. But yeah, nothing special. I do think Dilly Bet like fell off a cliff because like, you know, like Veronica, like she gets pushed back to like Narnia at Eligos screws her over. But Disney was just not that good towards the end. Again, because Cleve was broken. Let's see anything else? 3F Billy, and I'm pretty sure I was like 200 speed and like 30k HP with these stats, but also I kind of moved some stuff around. Billion is like probably like the second safest DPS outside of Harsetti games. Like if someone picks Tori, like you don't have much choice honestly. Like what, you got 3F Billion, you got Tooth Peira. Yeah. And she was really strong. She was definitely really strong, but also because like you didn't have any other options. And like even if I pick her against Tori, Tori for some reason does like almost all of her HP on her first turn and then she dies. It doesn't even feel like that good of a matchup unless you can like completely control the other person, unfortunately. But yeah, anyway, 3F Billion is still very strong. Wukong, I had this build for Harsetti matchups, never ended up using him. The Yufin was very popular as like a damage dealer, like full damage Destro set, and as an Aureus Knight, but I just feel like she wasn't that good towards the end because everyone started picking Mort. Everybody started picking Mort, and Mort's just so annoying. I didn't know. It's just better. It's just better to not pick Yufin. Like Mort, like a lot of people say like Yufin can win the Mort matchup if you have broken openers, but I have bad experiences. Like Mort will counterattack you every single time you breathe. He gives his team a giant shield, and then he can randomly stun you for up to 8 turns. Like I am good. Like I know people say you could deal with Mort, but like why does Mort have almost a 70 win rate? I'm good. So yeah, for that reason, Yufin, like she's really strong. I swear you can't pick her early. But yeah, really strong with her passive. But again, I also explained earlier that BliTica kind of screwed over like the drafts that Yufin was really good in. So yeah, I don't have that good of an opinion of her anymore. Still strong, but like there's so much counterplay. Still strong, but there's a lot of counterplay. Candy, I just picked this unit to buff stack. Pretty much every time she was a good pick, she got banned. Because, you know, shield, anti-crit, immunity equals you can't strip it. So yeah, Candy was always really good for buff stacking, and she gets banned a lot. And build, it doesn't even matter. Like, yeah, my attack starts with a 2, but the damage is not the problem. Hwayoung, this unit was just extremely cope. Like every time a cleaver picks this unit, it's like Rem in 2025. They just hope that she counterattacks every single turn. And guess what? If you pick her as anti-cleave, that's what you're hoping for too. Unfortunately, this unit is just so bad. like she's weak to BliTica, right? She gets one shot by MOTU, by the way. This 3000 defense unit gets one shot by a good MOTU, by the way. Like without the defense break. And like Eligos S2 is gonna like bonk her upside the head. Like she was just really bad against cleave, but she was a decent cleave anchor. She was definitely a decent cleave anchor as long as you counterattacked. But like as a unit that's supposed to be anti-debuff, like I didn't really feel that use for her. Like she was better off as a cleave anchor, unfortunately. Yeah, so I ended up never picking this unit. It was just not consistent, it was not good, and she just died to very basic things. Yeah, nothing special. We have LRK. He's just as tanky as possible with as high HP as possible. He's probably like the best knight in Harsetti drafts because like he completely mitigates Harsetti and like team cooldown resets really strong, and so is immunity. Yeah, very strong knight. And pick these bombs. I ended up perma banning Flan because like I didn't want to pre-ban openers anymore. Cause like if I pre-ban too many, then I just get choked out by like the opener options. Cause like the worst game ever is when someone pre-bans, when like both sides pre-ban openers and it's like the four opener pre-bans and then they take the only opener that's left and you got nothing against them. So yeah, I didn't pre-ban an opener. I ended up pre-banning Flan instead. And honestly, if I could go back in time, I would pre-ban Mort instead of Flan, so I can at least counterattack Cleavers to death. Because Mort is just so broken, and Cleave has no counterplay unless you counter them to death. Sorry, I'm saying Cleave is broken too much, but that was my experience. But also, the data supports it. There's like a thread on Reddit about like last day RTA statistics, and the strongest comps were Cleave drafts. The strongest things last day were cleave drafts, and for good reason. Anyway, yeah, counter Flan is like to troll cleavers, but like picking Flan is pretty bad because you just like die to Eligos, so like whatever. Ammo haste, I just have him as tanky as possible. Usually I'll pick him to like try to survive defense breaks and then like I won't die, and then they just yield. And like at 30k HP, his S3 does like 11,000, 12,000 execute damage, which is really good. So yeah, decent unit. I never picked BBK even in Harsetti games. This unit fell off a cliff massively. Like she gets 1v1'd by Tori, she loses to DN anti-crit, she just doesn't do enough damage. She's only a cleave unit now. Destina is my cleanser of choice in Harsetti games because she has really high HP, she can't be feared by Mort because of the HP, and she cycles like crazy. Like this, with Tome, if I press S2, she'll give herself 30 CR, and then another person 50 CR, or I can press it on herself and give her 80. And then I'll get like 30 CR from just pressing S3. Like this unit was just actually really good in Harsetti games. The tempo was crazy, the healing was crazy. Like basically unstoppable cleanser. Albedo. Albedo was really only used as a third pick, just in case you want to pick like Little Senya. Like you pick Little Senya, right? You pick Albedo, you pick Little Senya later on in the draft. Like let's say you have ML Poly and you're expecting to get cleaved. You go Albedo on 3, and then you pick Little Senya later in the draft, or you can go Little Senya and then Albedo. But it's typically Albedo 3, just so you can take advantage of Little Senya later. Oh yeah. And then my special tech of the season. So oftentimes when you pick like opener plus Tori on your 1-2, the other person will respond by stealing your A-Ross, and I have built a protection set Ori Senya for when that happens. Because the closest thing to Ross's passive is Senya, and honestly it was kind of good. I won a decent amount of games with her, that's for sure. I'm probably like, like 4 out of 5 games, honestly. Like, I think she was decent. But, yeah, only because there aren't any better options, and I think Fallen Cecilia will replace her next season. No, this is just like last week tech. And, here's my Harsetti. She is Giga Tanky on Crown. Because, okay, I used to have Fairy Tail for a Nightmare, but then I realized, like, Harsetti games can get dragged out. Like, Harsetti games can get dragged out, and then it only takes one high roll of Crown to win the game and make the other person miserable. So, like, screw being honest. Like, I'll just take the chance to instantly end the game with a high roll Crown. And like, yeah, of course, very tanky so you can survive. Yeah, very toxic unit. Absolutely despise this unit. Yeah, let's see, anything else? Amiki, very standard. I almost never picked this unit. MLK run, I actually won so much with this unit against Tori. But I noticed that like a lot of the times, even if I kill Tori, I would still die because like he doesn't do damage. Like I put him on a lifesteal build and it's okay, but sometimes he's too squishy. But I'll call that gear gap. I do think Sharon does need some damage, or else you get 1v4'd, or else like you just like die to like LK or something. So yeah, damage is definitely nice on him, but it requires really good gear that I don't have. But yeah, really good unit for me. Protection set Yuffie, I ended up not picking this anymore because she just kind of died to the BliTica shenanigans. And that should be it. Kawazu, I did have this geared for Harsetti games, but I feel like he ended up being useless because every Harsetti game had Tori or Rylet and they just one-shot him. Yeah, Kawazu, much worse because of Tori, unfortunately, but a lot of things got worse because of Tori. And yeah, that is about everything. Yeah, that's about everything that I picked. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed that. I'll catch you guys next time. Have a good night.